Should I tell my fiance, both mid-30s, that I'm disappointed in my ring? Too long didn't read. My anti-jewelry fiance gave me a ring that is almost the exact opposite of what I wanted and cost less than his new computer desk after talking about how he was saving for it for a long time. How do I tell him I am disappointed in the ring and would like to change it? Or am I just being snobby? It's been a couple weeks now since my fiance proposed, which I am ecstatic about. It was a long time coming. We've been together 4 years. There's some background to the proposal I think is relevant. We've been talking about marriage since our first anniversary and I was getting upset after several years that it wasn't happening. First, and most relevant, he said that he was saving money for a ring and that was why he hadn't proposed yet. Later, he added in that he wanted me to quit smoking before he would propose, but that reason alternated with the money for a ring reason. I was really feeling like he was just making excuses and so was trying to come to terms with the possibility we would just never get married. At Christmas I lost it and broke down in tears because I felt like it would never happen, at which time he told me he had already bought a ring and it was on its way. I was totally thrilled. The ring came and he handed me the package it was in. I opened the mailer myself and took the ring out and put it on. He said since I knew it was coming he would forego the ceremony of it all. Not gonna lie, I'm disappointed about that. I don't need a huge display but I really would have liked him to say the words "Will you marry me?" and put the ring on my finger. But the past is past. The thing is that I'm unhappy with the ring. Actually love it, and for any other occasion I would be thrilled with the ring. But it's just not an engagement ring. We had talked about what kind of ring I would want, so it wasn't a mystery. I wanted a certain color of gold, and it's a different one. I wanted a certain stone, that's not it. I wanted a couple of different stone shapes, and it's the one that I specified I would never want. On top of all that, it is inexpensive. He spent more on his new computer desk than my ring. All those times he said he was saving for a ring are just a lie. We both make very decent money and he had some debt to pay but is in a really good spot financially, just like I am. The ring isn't necessarily cheap looking but combine all the factors and I am just disappointed. On top of that, he is extremely against buying jewelry and has said multiple times that the only jewelry I'll ever get is going to be my engagement ring. This is the one and only thing I'll ever have that I will wear on my person that says I love you from him, and it just feels like so little. I waited until I'd calmed down a bit and spent some time reflecting and I'm now unsure about whether or not I should say anything. One thing that I think may make me feel a bit better is to upgrade that to the stone/cut that I want instead of getting a wedding band, but I feel like I can't suggest that without admitting that I am disappointed in the ring as is, and in a lot of ways I feel like a snob being unhappy with it. What should I do? Should I suggest upgrading the ring and hope he doesn't read too much into it, or do I need to explain? Am I just being a big old snob that I don't have a traditional engagement ring and I need to get over it? I want you to say out loud to yourself, really, actually say it out loud so you can hear it. I really want to marry a man who made excuses about proposing to me, lied to me about why he wasn't, completely disregarded everything that I had told him about the ring I wanted, bought me a cheap one because he felt pressured to, and did not even propose, instead just handing me the package. I expect that his absolute disinterest in making this moment special is a one-time thing, and that in the future he'll bend over backwards in order to make me feel loved. How ridiculous did that sound? What would to say to a friend of yours who came to you and said those exact words? Don't marry someone who isn't excited to marry you. He didn't propose. He caved. I was once in a similar position. The guy got me a ring that was 100% not me. Yellow gold. I never wear yellow gold. Diamond. I hate diamonds for various reasons. Sorry, I know that's weird. Old-fashioned setting. I like modern. And I accidentally saw the receipt, It was a clearance sale piece at an outlet. That's why he bought it. Never mind, it was everything I didn't want and he knew it. And I felt the same guilt. Like I was being difficult or whiny and snobby. But it goes beyond that. It shows how little he valued my input and my preferences. It shows he was never willing to put me first, etc. Basically it was a reflection of all the little red flags over the years. The ring is supposed to be a symbol of your love and commitment, and his symbol said he wanted to put as little effort, time and money as possible, and that he cares nothing for my desires and opinions. Long story short, didn't marry him. Now engaged to an amazing guy. He picked out a fun, colorful, unique ring that's perfect. More importantly, he's perfect. And our engagement was filled with joy, not pressure, disappointment, making do, etc. ETA, thanks for the awards. ETA 2, totally unrelated, but I checked your post history to see if there were over red flags, and you're so talented with your crocheting, and so generous and thoughtful to make us gifts. I love your Lost Souls shawl. Truly love, and seem like a very nice person, and I wish you happiness. My boyfriend 26M is emotionally cheating on me. 26F. My boyfriend were laying in bed when I heard his phone go off. He got a notification on his phone and it read, "I got you tomorrow, kissing face." I asked him out about it and he flatly showed me the message. Prior to her message, he had messaged this girl and asked her why she hasn't posted her daily photo that day. However, when I checked her profile, she had indeed posted, just didn't post her daily selfie. From what I could tell in her previous stories, she loved a full body selfie. Another message was to Instagram model and he asked her to marry him. He had messaged and flirted with other girls throughout our relationship. When I confronted him and asked him why he had to seek validation from others, he said he didn't know and it was just a simple comment. I communicated that I was upset with him and it was breach of trust and I don't think he respected me if he sought out to flirt with other girls. To which he replies that he loved me. He said he didn't think about it in my shoes and that it was a bad habit of his that he wanted to get rid of. I want to forgive him because I truly love him, but we've only together for a few months and I'm torn. Should I end it now and save myself misery and heartbreak in the long run, or should I forgive him and wait for him to stop messaging other girls even though I'll always be on my toes? Too long didn't read. Boyfriend has been seeking validation from other girls on Instagram. I'm trying to understand why he would do that. I'm really second guessing our relationship and was wondering if I should break up with him or work out this bad habit. Yes, run away now before you get too deep. I dated a guy similar to this. He was a sociopathic narcissistic asshole who sought validation from many other women. It wasn't physical, until it actually was. Just leave now and save yourself the heartache and drama. You deserve better! Exclamation mark. I was in a relationship with a guy for years and we even lived together, and he would go on dating apps and message girls. Never stopped even after I confronted him about it. He is insecure about himself and needs this validation from other girls. He won't change. Cut him loose. Simple solution. My next boyfriend won't do this. Either he quits or you move on. That is incredibly insensitive of him. Give him the warning above and move on guilt-free. Maybe he'll learn an actual life lesson. I'm a dude, BTW. I read somewhere that 40% of physical affairs/cheating were emotional affairs/cheating first. I also read that partners that cheated in a previous relationship are 3x more likely to cheat, compared to a non-cheater, in the next relationship. Keep those wonderful statistics in mind. It was a bad habit of his that he wanted to get rid of. Ask him what is his plan for getting rid of it. Ask him why he hasn't started that plan. Tell him start it now. Right now. While you watch. If he has no plan and he hasn't started it or refuses to start it, he's lying to you and possibly himself about really wanting to get rid of this habit. He has a habit of flirting with other girls even though he reckons he loves you. Habits are formed when you do something so often it becomes almost like a reflex. You don't even think about it anymore, you just do it. So he's just doing cheating on you, without even thinking about it or planning. He's just blindly stumbling around throwing out flirty messages to every girl with a nice body on Insta. He cares so little about you, your feelings aren't even a passing consideration of his. Yeah, nah. You can do better, dude. My 23F boyfriend, 24M, hooked up with my brother, 19M. My 23F brother, 19 meters, started hanging out with this guy, 24 meters, over a year ago, and after I kept seeing him, I decided to get to know him. We hit it off and we've been dating a month. When I first told my brother, he got really upset, which was weird because I didn't understand what the big problem was. The next day he was emotional and asking me not to date him. Thought my brother was overreacting or just being petty, so I proceeded to date my boyfriend. My brother got really distant over it. Now my boyfriend finally told me he hooked up with my brother a dozen times before dating me, and I guess he led my brother on. I knew my BF was bi, but I didn't know my brother was gay/bi, and he still hasn't come out. What should I do, or how should I go about everything now? Too long didn't read. My brother got really upset, emotional when I told him I was dating my boyfriend, and my BF is just now telling me he hooked up with my boyfriend prior to dating me, and I guess led my brother on as well. My brother is not out. Dump the boyfriend. You've only been dating for a hot second and you can find another one who isn't so skeezy. Bringing a dude along and then pursing his sister? Not grade A material here. He's not worth further ruining the relationship with your brother. Make up with your brother. I mean, honestly, I think you need to make things right with your brother. He was obviously really hurt by that. You put your brother first. Your BF is trash. Your boyfriend not only led your brother on, but then he hooked up with his sister and then he outed him. Your boyfriend needs to go. Break up with him, and tell your brother you two broke up, but please don't tell him you know he hooked up with him. If he's not ready for people to know, he's not ready. I'm sure part of his issue with you two dating was the fact that he knew, at some point, your boyfriend was going to tell you. Turn the tables. If it was your little sister, you would be super angry/hurt/protective of her. Your brother needs the same grace. Sounds like you both were a strange notch in this guy's belt. There are plenty of other men, but you only have one of your little bro.